Hello, good morning. How are you all doing today? Hello, Scott. How are you? It's been a while. And also I'm back, as you can see from the green screen, or I guess the lack of a background. I am back in Colorado, which means I've got my normal setup. We've got our gigabit internet, and I guess we also don't have a Zilby. So I left Zilby back in California. This is part of a sort of like a long-term plan. I'm eventually going to be moving over to California full time, which does mean it will have that satellite internet when we're streaming, but we sort of figured out a way to make that look good. I'll probably rebuild a desktop once we do eventually move there, but that could take a few months. So you've got me in this higher quality fast internet for a while. Asitsu, hello, how are you doing today? Also, you may have noticed there's some music today. So I decided to experiment a bit around with the YouTube studio music thingy that's in beta. So I went through and I found some songs and I basically am playing them right now. It's just in an order of when I added them in, which is not necessarily great. I need to go in and add a lot more so that way I could have it on random and it would be fine. This is all the music that I'm doing is no attribution needed, commercial okay. So that way I can play them whenever I want and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I won't get copyright struck on it. I'll be interested to see if the Twitch VODs get muted, but I'm also recording this. And if I did it correctly, I'm not recording the music. So I'll find out about that later. Also in other news, that most recent video on YouTube, I had that edited for me. That was the deep dive stream into the AI agent app that I did for the demo. It's doing pretty good. It's got over 1,000 views, which is, I think, the fastest growing video I've had in the past. So I mean that's good. That's either a vote for more of that type of editing where I just removed all the Twitch interactions and all the standard distractions you get from streaming, or the topic of agentic AI with LMs. Like, one of the two, possibly both. Who knows? I do want to sort of like experiment with that, potentially with maybe like a code crafters course or something like that, where it's like a lot more focused. But all right, so let's jump into what we've got going on today. You've noticed I actually have a plan. I don't do that very often. I have like a checklist above me, so I can actually like keep myself on track. And this is obviously going to be like a potentially multiple stream plan, because I don't actually know if we're going to get through all of these. I don't know how many times I'll be streaming this week because I'm here by myself and the house needs a lot of stuff done to it. Like, for example, this morning I woke up and the kitchen sink was not draining, which is cool. Also, when I added more water to it, it flooded the under sink cabinet area, which is also really cool. So I sent a email to a maintenance person I know, seeing if they can help me out. But I have some ideas of what I can do. I am not a plumber, so I'm going to do the few things I know how to do. And if that hopefully will improve the situation, if not fix it outright, so at least I can cook again, which would be nice. It's we don't do plans here. That is true. I do. No, extreme agile is not no planning. That's just pairing, right? Something else. We just sort of do things and then adapt as they go, right? All right. So let's see. That's all that. Now, first, check out Ghosty. So I had meant to start in Alacrity, but for some reason, Alacrity on this profile on this Mac decided to stop launching. It just crashes immediately, which was not happening last night on my other profile. So I have no idea. I did run an update last night, so it's possible that Alacrity updated and now it doesn't work on my system. I don't know. That kind of sucks. But I had already installed Ghosty, so I guess here we go. So if you haven't heard, Ghosty, so that's spelled like this, Ghostty. It is a brand new terminal that just dropped. I don't remember. Was it written in Rust? I don't remember what it was written in. And I don't think it matters that much. It's a terminal emulator, just like Alacrity, just like, well, Term, iTerm, pretty much everything else out there. It has mouse support, so I can click back and forth. It has all the normal things. The sort of like differentiating thing that it's trying to go for is that you're not supposed to configure it yourself, as in the creator of it has really tried hard to figure out good defaults that will just work for 90% of people, maybe even 99% of people. And pretty much the only things that you'll ever need to configure would be, I don't know, font size, something like that. Like for me, I would probably want to configure like, okay, maybe the font, although this is the default font that comes with Ghosty, or at least that Ghosty's set to. Oh, it's okay. So it's in Zig. Right. That's right. Zig was written in Rust, right? Something like that. Few4ad, hello. How are you doing today? Just passing by, I want to say you are possibly the best Rust Axum tuber. Very useful. I always go back to your videos to get to understand how things works. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm glad they're very helpful. The new ones are obviously well, I haven't checked out the new 0.8 yet, but it just dropped, and so I have no idea what that does to the course. So hopefully things are still okay. We've been very patiently waiting for 1.0 to drop, so that way I could actually do a new course for it, or at least a new series of videos. But yeah, that's a thing. All right, so yeah, Ghosty is written in Zig. Now, Ghosty seems to be... Your paths are all broke. Oh, right. Axum. Paths are all broken. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. I haven't looked at the release notes yet for Axum 0.8. We're going to get to that later. So with Ghosty, as you can see with Zellage, it seems to be working just fine, except for one thing. One thing that I found out so far. When I do on a Mac option, on a Windows system Alt, arrow to move over here, which is in Alacrity, that's supposed to be how you move without the mouse to focus on different panes. I can, because actually they show this, Alt plus left arrows or Alt. So if I do Alt right arrow, that opens up a floating pane, which I have no idea how, like, why that would be. Now, normally a floating pane would be Control P, W to open a floating pane. Now, let me try this. If I do Alt H, yeah, that's not working at all. Okay, so basically everything in Ghosty is working except my Alt key. The Alt key seems to be broken pretty badly. Now, one thing I'm interested in is, oh, it's Ghosty. Sure, I'll just go to their repo. Let me see. Let's go to their website and their docs, configuration. Now, I wonder, is there a search? Can I search for like the option key? Okay, so valid modifiers are alt, aliases opt or option, but you were not correct. You remember something reading about alt plus arrows when you looked at it the other day? I wonder. I wonder if that would be in their Discord, no, GitHub, as an issue. Just checking to see if the first page, if there's something on here. I believe this is very recently released, so it's pretty new. It's in beta, right? Also, I have not tried the alt right arrow on Windows, so I don't know if that's a problem. Okay, so it's not that. So alt arrow. No. How about option? Oh, what about Zellage? No. Okay. So I think I might want, let me add this into a to-do. I might want to create a issue for, actually, can I just do this right now? So this one is fun. So can I not create a new issue? Oh, I have to log in. Okay, let me see if I can log in. You're reading through the config and saw macOS option as alt. But that should just work then, right? That should work as expected? But it's not. Now, well, I did try this on my actual native Mac keyboard, and I've tried this on my Windows keyboard that's plugged into the Mac, and both of them have had the issue. Okay, so I want, where's my GitHub? Okay, approve my sign in. Let's try this. Yeah, unless Zellage has special handling, read the config option and see. Yeah, we can. Let's take a look at Zellage docs. Now I ran update, so everything updated. Zellage updated, Ghost Ghost updates itself. It has its own update system, but I have updated to the latest version of that. Now, is this under keys? So where would the possible actions? Isn't there like a move? I wonder if I could, move focus. Wait, these are just how to do the key bindings, right? Key binding presets maybe? Secondary modifier default alt. Well, it's certainly possible to change these modifiers to Control Alt, Super, or even Control Shift Alt. These all require the usage of a terminal emulator, which itself supports multiple modifiers. Yeah, okay, so those. Now, can I find like maybe Alt right arrow? How can I use floating panes? Yeah, but that's not like that's not like creating a new one. This is all under FAQ. That's not what I want. Oh, that goes to actual issue comment on the Zellage GitHub. Okay, that's not helpful. Commands, rebinding keys. Where else would it be? I wonder if the issue would be on the Zellage side then. So what if I look at dead keys not working correctly? When using a keyboard layout with dead keys, like US Alt International with dead keys, while trying to type a dead key like quote, oh, weird. Shift plus single quote. Space equals that. Oh yeah, that's weird. That does make it feel like it's a problem with Modifier keys and Zellage. What keyboard layout do I have? I'm using Colmax. Now, if I switch to QWERTY, let's try that. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Now, if I do left, yeah, okay, so Alt left arrow brings me to the top. Huh, wait a second. Alt left arrow brings me to the top of whatever context I'm in. Down doesn't do anything. Up doesn't do anything. Right opens that. Take a look at the Mac OS option as Alt in Ghosty. Okay. Where was that? Configuration option reference. Okay, option reference. Ooh, okay. Adjust. Okay, so everything over here on the right. It was like Mac OS option as Alt. Okay, fine. I'll search. Alt. No. Option. I guess Mac OS. What is it? Dash? Ooh, there we go. Okay, Mac OS option is Alt. Mac OS doesn't have a distinct Alt key and instead has the Option key, which behaves slightly differently. On Mac OS by default, the Option plus a character will sometimes produce a Unicode character. For example, on US standard layouts, Option B produces. Oh, yeah. This configuration lets you change the behavior so that Option is treated as Alt. The default behavior unset will depend on your active keyboard layout. If your keyboard layout is one of the keyboard layouts listed below, then the default value is true. Otherwise, okay. So that is a me problem. I bet it's when I have it to Colmax when Ghost is launched. It sets this. So I want this set to true. Now, if I open up Ghosty and I do command comma, that opens up here. And then I don't remember, I think it's just that. Let's see if this works. So I will. Okay, so can I move right? No, I cannot. I didn't get an error about that being incorrect for how the configuration works. So, but I'm guessing I probably wrote it wrong in here. Oh, the syntax is key value. Okay. It performs the same if you wipe it and install Linux. Okay. I thought I did. So when I open up the config here, well, okay. So reload configuration doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, so when I just say, hey, give me settings, it gives me this. So I would have assumed that this isn't a correct location, right? This is where it's looking. Let's find out. So if I go here, let's rename you Ghosty. Also I can't do that, so I need to bring you up again. Okay, so config. Now, is there a ghosty here? There is not. So I believe that I can override it with a ghosty here. File location. Basically, my .config, ghosty, and then config is the file, I think. Yeah, so home config ghost tty or ghost ty config, okay. Ghost ty. Oh, right. So we're gonna have to take. And then you name that config. Let's throw you in there. Equals true. Now, if I save you and we tell you to reload the config, you don't work, but maybe you need to be restarted. Oh, try false. Okay, yeah, we could try that next. Okay, so next up, bring that back up again. You don't work, so let's cd config ghosty helix config. Okay, so let's try false. Reload configuration is shift command comma. That didn't work there. Okay, that doesn't work there. Now, what if I try this? Let's go to this one and set you to be false. Okay, and then reload configuration. You don't do anything. Yeah, it still doesn't do anything. Okay, so either way, did I set that to be false in here? Config. I did. Okay, so we tried it on true and we tried it on false in both locations, and that didn't work. Syntax is exactly that. Now, I suppose another question, if I do ABC, so this is QWERTY, and if I quit you, whoa, now I can't type. Ah, see that. So that still doesn't work. So no, that's probably because we overrode it too, didn't we? Now, if I switch you to true, here, reload the config, that doesn't work. Yeah, so I don't really know that. I guess there's that last place that we put stuff. So that's cd into config ghosty just config. Yeah. Oh, I forget what the commands are when I don't have my keyboards. It's just all muscle memory. So let's do true. Yeah, okay. So not that either. That's unfortunate. Was there anything else in here? So note that if an option sequence doesn't produce a printable character, it will be treated as alt regardless of this setting. If true, the option key will be treated as alt. This makes terminal sequence expecting alt to work properly, but will break Unicode input, so it should be true. You may set this to false to restore the macOS alt key Unicode sequences, but this will break terminal sequences expecting alt to work. The values left or right enable this for the left or right option key respectively. What? I guess I could set it to be left. Ooh, there's a discussion about this. Oh, also, okay, alarm. Hello. How are you doing today? Have I ever used Axum? I have not used Axum. It's on my list though. Can you make Axum with SQLite course? I'll add it to my list, but I can't promise when I get to it. I probably wouldn't start with a course. We'd probably do like an exploration where I just sort of create something with it, and we'll play around with that. But I will definitely add that to my list right now. So basically check out it spelled Dioxys. It's a web framework, right? That's what I remember. Okay, let me pull up chat on this system so I can get that link. Oh, yeah, here it is. I thought I searched for Zelage, but it didn't find it. Oh, wait. It's a discussion. That's why I only searched in issues. When using Zelage with Ghost TTY, the alt key is mapped to the wrong action. I'm unsure which mapping is being used, but this appears to be a bug in Ghosty. I'm going to review the doc, see how I can fix this, but if the maintainers can help, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, okay. That's exactly what the issue that we have. So you're saying second to last. This worked for me. Mac OS option is alt equals true. Keybind left plus alt unbind. Oh, so we have to also unbind these. Okay. So let's try that. So if I... okay. First off, I want to switch back to my keyboard layout. All right, config. I want U2. So we're going to unbind those keybinds. I also want to remove U. and only use this as my config if possible. Okay, reload you. There we go. Now it's working as expected. I can use my Alt key to move around. So this is... Am I logged in? I can't tell. I will. I don't think I'm logged in this browser. Hold on. There. Now I can give my thumbs up to it. In Zellage, there aren't any issues, only discussions. Oh, interesting. Well, it looks like that it was a discussion here for this one instead of issues. I do vaguely recall seeing something else where they did something with Alt plus arrows that might explain the unbind. I mean, you're just going backwards through this. Oh, looks like NeoVim were having the same problems. That would definitely show that it was not Zellage. Okay, on macOS, we default bind Alt plus left to escape B and Alt plus right to escape F. What? Since a lot of macOS users expect this behavior, what is escape F? Is that literally me holding escape and F key down? Like, then in that case, theoretically, if I held escape F, yeah, that doesn't do anything. Okay, but here's where it's fully discussed. And like fully, like here's the actual answer. Or was this the same? Oh yeah, no, this is a different issue. Interesting. Okay. I don't really understand this escape F thing. I don't think I've ever used that. Okay, so now that we have Ghosty set up, I'm much happier with it. Let me add an issue. Well, you know what? We can just do this right now. Let's do... So I have my plan for today. Sure, we'll keep you... What? No, stop. There. Let's create... Down here? This will be fine. I want to go to code, Brooks builds. Let's create a new repo, which is going to be Ghosty config. Initialize that, and let's copy. Now, it would be interesting Actually, I've never tried this before. Can I link another file into here and have it be like up to date? That would be a thing, wouldn't it? I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm just going to copy it. Config goes to UI, config to here. And then I'm going to call this, yeah, we'll just do that. So here. Okay, commit, added config, which makes GhostUI alt work with Mac better. That's GitHub repo create. Nope, wrong one. That one. Public. Okay, so add remote. Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay, so now that is available for everybody to see. So if you go to my GitHub, you should be able to see the Ghosty config and use this yourself. So perfect. So I think we can mark that as done. And all right. Okay, look into Axum course error with CORM. So let's do that here. Now I eventually want to create a new Zellage template for this so I can keep this plan over here because I don't have that right now. So let's ooh, I can actually just add this into the list. Hold on, let's create this first. So first is going to be Axum, the Axum course. Let's in right. This is stream plan. Put this on my desktop. Let's add in here. Let's create new. I guess like the Zellage layout. That includes stream plan. Okay. And then in the meantime, pane, nope, let's move. Right to there. Okay, perfect. All right. Look into Axum course error with CORM. So in my Discord, in course help, the other day, somebody came on and said, hey, there's a problem. I'm trying to, let me find the original thing. There it is. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm going through the introduction to Axum and following a playlist at video 24, which is asked later, and that was generating CRM models. I find it difficult to follow along. This directory structure has changed all of a sudden, which causes issues for me to generate entity and other things. Running the CRM CLI generate entity generates an empty files. So we want to figure out what's going on here. So it's code Brooks builds. This was like the full stack course. Okay, so we're up to date here. I think I completely removed all of our Docker stuff for this, right? Yep, I don't think we have anything here anymore. Although, did we set things up with a, I might be able to just do a Docker compose up. Yeah, this brings up the database. Okay, so Docker compose brings up the database. And if I don't have a profile, I think that's the only thing that runs. Let's do a Docker compose up. Yeah, okay. So database is up and the network is up. Perfect. So that means HM Fakir, hello. How are you doing today? That means I should be able to run the thing because the... Oh, do I still have a .env in here? This would be in backend Rust Axum. There's my .env. Now, if I cd into project solution, I have another .env in here. So let's try this in project. Wait, do I have a specific lesson for this? This would be under data, I think. Maybe we might have it in here. So if we look at, okay. There's the database stuff in here for mod prelude task users. I have routes and utils. I want to say that it creates in there. It's been a long time since I've used CORM. So maybe yes. Now it's probably this one, right? CORM CLI generate-h. I think that's what oh, this is what it is. Entity source. Entities. Source database. I wonder if that's it. Scott, you wanted to remember to thank me for all the times you have stopped what you're doing or offered guidance on Bunnyville Discord, which is Toggobit's Discord. Sort of to help you understand Rust, you finally have made friends with the borrow checker and you're starting to understand the Rust syntax. It's all starting to make sense. Thank you so much. You are a patient, effective teacher. Well, thank you for that. And I'm glad that things are starting to make sense. It's Rust definitely seems to be one of those languages where you sort of have to sit in it and be comfortable with sort of not being super productive with it for a little bit of time before it sort of starts taking a hold of us, and then things just sort of start working. So I'm glad for that. That's awesome. Good job. Okay. Now I wonder if I can do CORM. Oh, it was CORM CLI generate. Now here's all the generate commands that I've done. Source database does make sense for this one specifically here. Now I wonder if so I can remove those. So let's remove source database star. Sure, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, the worst that can happen is I can undo it because we're in GitHub. So for those of you who are like terrified of deleting stuff, if you have it under Git, you can always undo it later. This is the entire point to be able to do stuff with Git, is that I can safely delete that and then just restore them later. All right, so let's try this again. So we're going to do C or M CLI generate. I want to go back to this one, which is the first one that I did. I mean, it's taking a while, so I don't know if that's good or bad. Scott, it's only been 20 months. You guess it would be easier if it was not your first language. Since you were 13 and learning basic. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. So how did you like doing this as your first language, or first modern language, right? Because basic is it's interesting, but like the paradigms of programming with that is so different these days. And if you don't know basic, you're not old enough to look into it. Don't worry about it. It used to come on computers for free back in the day. I also played around with basic when I was a kid. Hold timed out waiting for an open connection, but that's different than what they're getting into. Now, I'm fairly certain if I bat, it would just be yeah, I think. Okay, so PostgreSQL, Postgres keyorb cat, localhost 5433, Postgres. Docker PS. Ooh. You didn't start. Okay, our Docker database didn't start. Wait a second, do I already have a database running? So Diesel Rust Postgres, it exited two hours ago. 8432 to 5432. I have another database that was 5432. None of those are running. Okay, let's do a can I do a Docker compose logs? What is there, like a PS? I called it database, right? So if I do logs database, database files are incompatible with server. The data directory was initialized by Postgres version 16, which is not compatible with this version 17. Oh, that would do it. Okay, so I have to remove the volume, I think. which I would have assumed that it didn't before, but I think we can do Docker compose down, and then let's just remove everything. That's RMI all. Actually, we don't have to do RMI all, right? I can just do -V to remove the volumes. And that should be fine. That remove the volume, and then we'll do a Docker compose up. It created a new volume. Now the database is up again. Okay, so let's try this again. So C or M. Nope, that's not what I wanted. C or M. There we go. Okay, so that works as expected. It generated tasks RS and users RS. And if we look at git status, yeah, so instead of deleted now, they're modified. So we open up U. I want to open up U like that. Yeah, you have stuff in it. And that was the big complaint, was that it was creating empty files. Ooh, okay, so I'm just gonna send a message into Discord saying like, hey, I just tried recreating the issue you ran into, but was unable to with a fresh database. I ran the generate command. All the files were created successfully and populated. Had the following versions. Okay, so we have C. Okay, so let's see if we can at least get. Oop. CRM or CLI. Oh, I ran out of music. That's all I had. Did they update the CLI? No, I don't think I did. So -- version. So this is the version I have. Can you update yourself, or do I need to update something else? Oh, Prash, hello. How are you doing today? You're learning Django and some cloud native development, especially backend, and you want to get a remote job as soon as possible. Well, I mean, so to get any job, remote or otherwise, you need to prove that you can provide more value than you cost. So, for example, will your salary plus any other expenses the company has to pay to employ you be lower than the amount of money that they make through getting you? So what you want to do is you want to get your skills up, and then also get your ability to prove that you can do what you're talking about to companies that need Django and cloud native development. It sounds simple. It kind of is. Most companies have trouble figuring out how to figure out if somebody's value is. That's why all the interviews are sort of messed up a little bit. But in general, that's the idea. So I can't really help you beyond that. It's really just probably networking is a good way to do that. Figure out a way to show that you can provide that kind of value. If you can't right now, you don't feel that you would be able to provide that value, then more learning is required. Get yourself to that point as soon as possible. And that's usually just by building things. Actually just code. Go out and try it. Nobody learns by just following tutorials. People learn by building themselves. Hopefully that helps. CRM CLI is on 1.1.3 now, so perhaps something else changed. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point. So let's try CRM version. How did we install this originally? Did we install this with? Now you don't have an updater, right? There's no update for this. Was it cargo? Cargo install. No, not this. Because like CRM isn't showing up to me. Oh, unless I misspell it. It is. Okay, so if I do a new cargo install, we'll see if this causes the problem. Okay, here we go. 1.1.3. All right, so executable C and C. Okay, so which C? Are you different? I wonder. I kind of wonder if they're the same or they're different. If I do LL cargo bin. I mean, they're both 12 megabytes. I don't know. I'm gonna try the CLRM generate again. So let's go ahead and remove everything in source database again. I am in the data. Okay, so that's yes. Remove those. All right, so we've got those deleted again. Let's now do our CRM generate entity. Okay, so it created those. So if we helix in, it still has this. It still created them properly. Huh. All right, so I had the following versions. We have C or CLI is 1.1.3. And then also we're gonna have and my cargo.toml as the following versions. Now the only ones that I think, I mean, but again, this shouldn't matter because CRM CLI is just working with its own thing. I'll just copy this just in case. Okay. I guess the next thing that we can look at is, oh, I wonder if the problem is that the database doesn't have anything in it. Like if the migrations hadn't been run for some reason. Because that would definitely create an empty That would create nothing in there if there was nothing in the database. What are ways that I can prove that? I can look at the database. Okay, so I haven't done anything, right? We Docker compose on our logs. Right. So it created the table inside of this, which is in a Docker entry point init.sql. So if I do what is it? Docker compose exec database PSQL Postgres, because I think I want to say that's the name of the database that we're using, Postgres. And users and tasks. I think it was users and tasks that we were doing. Is that true? Let's do down, and I kind of want to switch these. Okay, yeah, users and tasks. That's what we've got here. So users and tasks, and then ds users shows that. Okay. Let's see. I also verified that my database has the users and tasks tables, and they have the following that were they were initialized with the following script. Okay, let's find this. I'll paste that in there. Okay, so hopefully that should help out. And let's see, can you double check your database? And can you double check your database and see if the tables are in the same database that your .env is pointing to? Okay, I think that's the only thing we can really do with this, at least at this point in time. So I'm going to have to mark this as done for right now. And then if the user comes back and says, hey, still a problem, this is like new information, we can add it in and take a look at it. All right, so that's good. 2 things done. Okay. Oh, check out the new Helix version. So yeah, Helix had an update. And I believe I've gotten the new version here. We got 25.1. Is that the new version? So yeah, on the 3rd of January, 25.01. That seems like they made a mistake there. Let's take a look at what they did. All right. The new year brings in a new Helix release. Say hello to 25.01. This is a especially large release comprising changes from a whopping 171 contributors. All right, so let's take a look at what this is. Now, Helix is the editor that I've been using as my main editor for a while now, and I've really liked it so far. Okay, so completions have seen 2 big updates in 25.01. First, completions now support paths. So if I start doing paths, it actually starts auto-completing that. That seems nice. Find a, let's see, maybe code playgrounds. Let's create a Helix playground here. Now, I will obviously want to create some files for this. Let's do a let's do like a main.md. Oh, touch. Main.md. Let's touch like maybe other.md. So if we go to main and I just do slash, it not only supports paths, it goes all the way there. So that gives me that. Nice. Because this is a markdown file, if I do something like this, then that lets me get this other here. So that is nice. I can't, I don't have a definition for markdown installed, so I can't actually go there, but that's nice. Path completion is especially exciting because it's the first completion feature not driven by LSP. The change to add path completion refactored parts of the codebase that assumed that completions could only ever come from a language server, and this should make it easier to add new completion sources in the future. That's actually really nice. The other big change comes to the behavior of snippet completions, currently only sent by language servers as of 25.1, add support for snippet tab stops. Oh, right, they have a snippet system now. I don't think we've looked at it. So we can now tab as we do the snippet tab stops. Because like in the past, whenever I've ever tried to do those have been really annoying. Let me, is there anything, like there's no snippets with like link or, I think there's any snippets with markdown. Let me try, let's do some Rust. So let's do, you're gonna hate it until I have like a cargo to toml, aren't you? Because like I can't do something like main. There's no like. I don't think I can get any snippets help with this because I think that the LSP, yeah, completely failed. So let's try. I want to move it to, let's call it just javascript.js. And then set language, JavaScript. Okay, that should work. So we do function loop. Is there a snippet for like a for loop? I'm not seeing anything that's telling me to do stuff. I remember always seeing snippets before, and I okay, maybe there's something in here that I could do. Let's go to the library. Let's okay, here's a snippet. So ePrint line. So I would assume that this one has that. So I can do like ooh, tab brings me to there. That kind of works. Is that what they were talking about? In the recording above, REST Analyzer suggests a simple completion for add that includes some placeholders for the function arguments. In the past, Helix would clear these placeholders when accepting the completion with the enter key. Now the enter key jumps the cursor to the first tab stop. Okay, so hold on. Is that add? Whoa, wait. How did I get multiple cursors there? All right. Let's try this one. So if I do that, ooh, hello, does that. Oh, tab brings me back to here. Okay, so I think tab is working. Yeah, okay. So I think it just sort of works as expected, where you can just tab into where you want to go. So that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, the tab key can be used to switch. Didn't read long enough. Diagnostics. Historically, LSP diagnostics have appeared right aligned in the top right corner of the editor. While this display is straightforward, it can become hard to read in small terminal sizes or when a language server sends a long diagnostic message. How many times have we run into that? A lot. It adds a new way to render diagnostics in line. Ooh. Ooh, that's even better than I was imagining. Okay, wait. How do they do that? Inline diagnostics leverage the internal virtual text system to render diagnostics at the diagnostics range in the document. Diagnostic messages appear after the end of the line or in between lines of the appropriate code. Inline diagnostics are currently disabled by default as we tune the display and iron out bugs, and can be enabled with a config like so. We are enabling that. So minimum severity to show a diagnostic hint at after the end of the line. So end of line diagnostics equal hint. So that's now if I create an error here, what's a way that I can create like a full error? Oh, I created one right here because I apparently deleted the closing curly bracket. So that would do it. So let's now go and config helix in config. Okay, so what is this? This is in editor. We have end of line diagnostics. And I'll say hint. So first off, I want to see what that does to this. So if we config reload, okay, so that moved it from here to here. That's actually nice. And then editor inline diagnostics. So that's a new section, I think. Right? Yeah. And then we're going to do cursor line equals error. Oh, I guess we could also do warning too if we wanted to, right? So if we come back to here, yeah, now we get exactly where this problem is. Expected right curly, so I come down here. Nice. Okay, I do have some warnings. So here we have, okay, so the warnings now show in line here, which is nice. Now, can I make this an array? We have error warning. Is that a thing? No, it just expected a string. Okay, let's go take a look at this inline diagnostics in Helix editor documentation. Configuration editor. Inline there. Let's see. Options there. So the allowed values for cursor line and other lines are error, warning, info, and hint. The first diagnostic with the highest severity that is not shown is rendered. Oh, so if I do warning, I think it does both. So if we do warning, or yeah, if we just do warning, config reload, yeah, wait, no. Oh, it only shows up when I'm on the line. That's nice too. Oh, that's cool. And then a hint shows up here. I like it. Okay. Now, I don't think there's any other, yeah, just those warnings and hints. I kind of want to go and create an error again. So if I do something like remove that semicolon, ooh, that was fast. That's nice. Okay, so basically it's the lowest level that you want to show up. So if you have warnings show up, it will now just appear in the editor there. Otherwise, we can get errors. I think that I want to keep it as error. So I think that's going to be good. So cursor line, the minimum severity, was that cursor line here? Oh, it is. So yeah, if I had read through this, it would have told me. So the minimum severity that a diagnostic must have to be shown in line on the line that contains the primary cursor, set to disable to not show any diagnostic in line. This option does not have any effect when in insert mode and will only take effect at 350 milliseconds after moving the cursor. Okay, so if I come back to here, insert mode, it disappears. Nice. Okay. The other lines, the minimum severity that a diagnostic must have to be shown in line on a line that does not contain the cursor line. So actually, I'm okay with keeping other lines disabled. Prefix line, how many horizontal bars are rendered before the diagnostic text? Right now it's 1. Max wrap, the equivalent to the editor soft wrap, max wrap options. Okay, that's fine. The maximum number of diagnostics to render inline for a given line. So it can do up to 10 by default. The first diagnostic with the highest severity that is not shown in line is rendered at the end of the lines. Oh, you could just do the hints only. I think hint is the top level. I don't remember. But that's cool. I like that. Tabular pickers. The picker UI component is central in Helix. It is an efficient, readable way to jump between files and locations of interest like LSP diagnostics and symbols. In 25.1, the picker component has been overhauled significantly so that items are laid out as a table. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Because I think before it was just the names of it, right? So okay, so it's the symbol picker. We have kind and then the name here. Oh, that's nice. Now if I search for, I can search for it too. So I can say like, show me all the databases, show me all, I can't do modules. Okay, so I can only search in name. I can't search in kind. But that's nice. I like that. Simple pickers, such as the file picker, which only need one column, are unchanged. Pickers with multiple fields of information now, though now show column names at the top of the results pane. Rows still correspond to individual items to pick up, but there are now columns that horizontally align the same kinds of content between items. The diagnostics picker, for example, now has 3 columns: severity, code, and message. That's actually nice. Although we don't use the diagnostics very much, but having that there is probably pretty nice. Columns are individually filterable. One column is filtered by default, and the others can be filtered with the query syntax. Oh, they added a full query syntax. Oh, so here's where I can do column name. So percent allows me to search for module. No. Is there anything that doesn't seem to, hold on. Column name. Oh, it would be, no, I would have thought that would be, oh, it's kind. That's what it is. Okay. Kind like that. Renato, hello and goodbye. Hope that you had a great day and have a great rest of your day. Okay, so that's nice. And then within here, we can then search for, oh, it continues to do that in there. So then can I do another one? Name. I can, okay. It's a little bit it's a little bit clunky to have to type that in myself. If I were to ask for really awesomeness here, I would love for autocomplete inside of this. Like if I could just start by typing that, and I'd love for like just tab that. That would be amazing. Ooh, but I can do something like this, it looks like. So module name, module mod. Oh no, I can't. Okay, so I have to do, wait, I did that wrong. Kind module name routes. Okay, so I can't do that. That works. Alongside this change, the global search command has been refactored to update with the picker's query dynamically. This allows searching a codebase for regex interactively. So global. Wait, do I not have much in here? We have a ton in here. Why is, oh, that's the title, is the path. Okay. That's what they got. So I can now search for, let's just say that from request. So if I search for user, is it regex like that? Oh yeah, it looks like it. Where I can now say like, okay, I'm getting literally everything, but if I want something where it has star password, I'll have to figure out how that works. It's like regex, but I don't really do much searching by regex. I guess you could also search for file names with like the path thing that they added before, but usually if I want that, then I'm going with the file picker. Macro key bindings. Oh, but you can then search, you could do a global search in a specific file or path or folder or directory. I can see that. That could be nice. Macro key bindings. Initial support for key bindings written as macros has landed. Macro key bindings can be written by prefixing a string of inputs with %. Okay, so wait, we can do macros. Change the space Y key binding to yank to the A register instead of the system clipboard. Macro key bindings use the same infrastructure as macros recorded with Q and executed with Q, so the above behaves. Oh, so we can now write macros in config. Right, okay. So that's pretty cool. So basically it just allows us to add full macros into the config. I don't know if I have any of those right now, but that's pretty cool. Let's see, improvements to commenting and make for a smoother experience when writing line comments like inline documentation. Oh, it's adding the comments dynamically, I think, right? So if I like create a comment, I think before I would have to add the comment in again, but I don't remember. Line comments are now continued by default. Okay, so I guess before it didn't have that. Oh, but that is nice for multi-line comments, because I do remember I'd hit return and have to start the comment again. But now they fixed that. Okay, so that was it. Now, I want to say that this is sort of like also in adding new, like, you know, more support for them eventually having a better like tree view or like a plugin system, but we'll see. Hopefully that's coming sometime in the future, but as of right now, at least it's some nice updates. Now, do they have an actual like snippet system that I can create snippets from? Oh, in editor LSP, we have a snippet to completion, requires a server restart. So that enables or disables snippets. But I'm more interested in user created snippets. No, it doesn't look like they did. So that kind of makes me want, okay, so I don't think that they actually put full snippet support in here. So I think I would want to, under editor LSP, snippets false, because I don't like the default snippets that are added in here. So editor LSP snippets equals false. Let's just remove that. And so right now, if we, yeah, there's that snippet like that. If we reload the config, oh, no, wait, what happened? The snippets. Did I do this wrong? Is it snippet? Yeah, snippets. Oh, it requires an LSP server restart, not just a config restart. Okay. Okay. LSP restart. And so now, no more snippets. So at least those won't show up anymore, because previously I would get tons of snippet suggestions that I just didn't care about at all. So having those gone is actually really nice. Let's get rid of you. And that's great. Now that I have this set up, let's go ahead, get out of here. Also go to our code. Don't I have like a Helix config? I do. And I just want to copy config Helix config to here. Okay, so updated for Helix. What is this version? 25.1 or 25.01, depending on who you ask. Okay, and that's pushed up. So if you want to take a look at it, we now have an updated Helix config. Perfect. All right, let's mark that as done. All right, so the next thing is going to be checking out Axum version 0.8. Now, I don't think, so it's 11:12 right now. I have a little bit of time, but I need to go grab lunch pretty soon. And I need to go fix the sink. So I don't think I can stream for too much longer. But let's go through some of the updates for Axum 0.8, and we'll probably save the next stream, which maybe I'll be able to do this week, but maybe not. I'm not completely sure. But yeah, let's go at least take a look at the what's changed. I assume you can set up custom snippets via the LSP. Oh, like Rust Analyzer themselves have a way to do that. Ooh, I don't think I ever thought about that. Hold on, how do I do, is it Alt? No, that does another window. Here, I'll just do a little arc. Rust Analyzer allows the user to define custom postfix snippets that may depend on items to be accessible for the current scope to be applicable. A custom snippet, okay. Where do I put it? Wait, but where do you put it? I mean, okay, so you put it into the Rust Analyzer completion snippets custom object, but do I have to put this into the config file? That sounds horrible. So if I do, nope, not that kind of search. I want over here. Helix, Rust, Analyzer, snippets, custom. Oh, apparently people are doing that. Wait. Does this include Helix? Okay. Require Helix. This was last week. In Helix plus Rust Analyzer 1.80.1, custom snippets work well. Oh, they put it inside. Okay, yeah, so they do put it inside of the languages.toml file. Yeah. So if it was up to me, I would prefer to put the snippets into a different file. How do you configure the LSP in Helix? In the languages.toml file. That's how you configure it. And so it looks like here you would do something like this: language server, Rust analyzer, config, completions, snippets, custom. Do they have to add in this Rust analyzer A equals that? That seems weird. Okay, so if we head back to here, so in languages, wait, did I not copy that? Okay, so language server, Rust analyzer, config, completion, snippets, custom context. So I would want, I guess first I'll try this to see if that works. So if we come back to here, I think I need to do a config reload and an LSP restart. And then I think it's context is what starts it. Oh, but I also can't forget, I need to update. Oh, stop. Open. Don't go in there right now. Don't go in there right now. Config. Helix. Config. Oh, where was that? Snippet's false. So I think if I turn you off, that's a multiple things. So we have config reload. Wait, what? Did I just, oh, I did config open. That's not what I wanted. Oh, that's cool. But that's not what I want. Close, I want config reload, LSP restart. Okay, so if I do context, yeah, I'm not seeing this here. It was adding this in, so Rust analyzer, adding that here. Excuse me. Okay, adding that there. Let's now, first off, let me resize that way down there. Okay, so let's do config reload, LSP restart again. I don't see this as that. If I do something like print line, I do like print line like that. body. This would be what? Print line. What was it? Something like $1, I think is how to do it. Print the following message out. Scope of expression, sure. Oh, failed to parse language config, toml parse error at line 16. Body equals print line. What did I have before? What's the difference? Oh, it's like that. Not a colon. So it's dollar. Is it just $1? So just do print line. Okay, what if I just do this? I have to. Print to the screen. So if I do that, that's a postfix snippet. So something.pl. Ooh, I haven't. Something.pl. I thought that was a link to like postfix language something, but that's not what it was it? Okay. If I do this, I want to config reload, lsp, restart. And I think we did what? Print line? Now, okay, so I'm getting these snippets back, but I can't see my snippets. And then you're suggesting something.pl here. So add .pl onto something else. So like, wait, where's the something though? So would it be like print line? Oh, in the editor. Okay, so not here. So we come here. So leave that, type it out. So PL doesn't give me anything. .pl doesn't give me anything. If I try something.pl, that doesn't give me anything. The thing you suggested. Prefix defines one or more trigger words that will trigger the snippet's completion using postfix. We'll instead create a postfix snippet. I mean, okay. Do I need to make that be the same? Let's see. Let's do config reload. Let's be restart again. It doesn't seem like that. Yeah, I thought it would too, but apparently I don't know how snippets work in Helix, and that's turning out to be more of a pain to get set up than I was hoping to. So, Diablo, how are you doing today? Things are going well, right? Yeah, things are going well. Yeah, new Helix. Yeah, let's talk about that. We don't need to talk about Cat. I guess we probably do. So, I don't know, Diablo, if you saw my message in Discord. I thought about tagging you on it, but I didn't know if that would wake you up or not. So I didn't. Basically, we're in the early stages of moving to California. And so over the December break, wife and I packed up, took our cat, and we drove to California. And that's why I was there in California streaming with the cat. And then I flew back here. I didn't bring the cat. Cat's still in California. So I do have every once in a while photos. I need to set up here. Let me add an inbox item. Set up photos of cat to show on stream. So at least I can show new photos as they come up. Because right now I don't have that, unfortunately. Oh, you missed the stream. Wait, weren't you there? Didn't you demand cat? I could swear that you did, but maybe you did miss that. Now I got. Let's see. I am getting photos of Zilby every once in a while, but I don't have a way to show that on stream right now. Like I have so like the best I could do is that right this second. It's a little bit blurry. We did a few different. Oh, I was changing the volume. We did a few different streams while I was in California. So I think we did like 3 streams total while I was there, maybe 4. Basically, it was after December 7th and before today. All the streams during that period of time were in California. So that's for example a few days ago. My wife sent me that picture. He likes to stand there because the room is a safe room that we've set up for him because there is a dog in that house. And Ranger is a German Shepherd dog. He's a big dog. Zilby has never met a dog that's that big before in person. And Zilby clearly wants to be friends with him, but is also scared of him. So is like getting more and more courageous. So we've set up a fence around where Zilby is, and Zilby has now been jumping over it to go explore the house while Ranger's in the room. And then Ranger is like, "Oh, hey, are you here to be friends with me?" And then Zilby's like, "Well, actually, this might have been a terrible mistake." Runs back, jumps over the fence, goes back into his room. Oh, you haven't seen me for like a month. Well, sorry about that. So yeah, I don't have cat here. That's the thing is I can't show you live cat. But I'll see if I can get some maybe short videos or something else we could do, put it up on screen so we can at least see cat every once in a while. So I'll add that to my to-do list. And then I'll have to figure out some way to like get it to show up, which will be nice. So I've got that in there though. Besides that, how are you doing today? Do you want this in prefix? Okay, one last try. I mean, that kind of does create a print line, but it's not the print line that I had set up. So I don't think it's, unless there's like some rule about it has to be like 3 or more. I mean, so if I do something like that, yeah, that's not doing anything. Okay, fine. Let's rip this out because you're not helping out with us, and I want you gone, and then okay, so that's good, and then I want in config to turn snippets off again. Okay. Oh, you've been playing Path of Exile 2. Nice. How are you liking it? I've heard really good things about it. I tried playing Path of Exile 1 before, but it wasn't really all that fun for me. I think I enjoy exploring games more on my own, and everybody was telling me like, "Oh, follow, build, do all these things, rush through it," and that just wasn't for me. So, if they made it so it's like not quite as much of that and more of like, hey, explore it on your own, play it on your own, just sort of like it doesn't have to be fully optimized, then I would definitely enjoy that a lot more. Yeah, I know they're wrong. Okay. And I think I felt like Path of Exile was more for like a lot of people were just so focused on rushing through the game. It made it a lot less enjoyable. Okay, so Axum. You must explore on your own, else you don't know what the build guides are telling you. That's probably what the mistake was. Is I just listened to people telling me what to do. First off, I always like to test this. Do we have an Axum website yet? I mean, no. 081, okay. I want to go to the GitHub. Let's go to their releases. All right. Let's take a look through this, and we'll then add into here what things we need to change to the update course. So actually, I'll just full screen this. Full change log. Breaking. Upgrade match it to 0 to 8, changing the path parameter syntax from single to many, single and many. The old syntax produces a panic to avoid silent change in behavior. So Yeah, that's what you were saying, Isitsu. There's going to be a lot of breaking changes to the path. Ooh, that's going to be a thing. Okay, so I think this is update to paths. Breaking requires sync for all handlers and services added to router and method router. Do our handlers and services not implement? I think we're fine. I don't think we've done anything with those. Breaking the tuple and tuple struct path extractor deserializers. Now check that the number of parameters matches the tuple length exactly. I think we're fine there too. Breaking move host extractor to Axum extra. I don't remember if we have the host extractor at all. So I think we're okay. Break and remove WebSocket close. Users should explicitly send close messages themselves. That's actually nice. I do like closing it myself. Although I don't think we've done anything with WebSockets, especially with Axum. Breaking make serve generic over listener and IO types. Okay. That's nice, but I don't know if that changes anything for us. Break and remove serve TCP node lay with graceful shutdown. Oh, you've removed the graceful shutdown. I thought, did we add that in? I think we added that in. Maybe we did. I don't remember anymore. Okay. So we'll have to deal with that when we get to it. Breaking option path T no longer swallows all error conditions, instead rejecting the request in many cases. Okay, that's nice. Breaking Axum extract WS message. So WebSocket messages now use bytes in place of vacuate. Oh, that's probably nice too. Be more consistent. All right, fixes. Skipped server-side something? SSE incompatible cares of Surgy JSON raw value and event JSON data. I don't know if we've done anything with that. Oh, is it server sent events? Okay, we're definitely not using those. Fix don't panic when array type is used for path segment. We clearly haven't run into that before. Fix avoid setting content length before middleware. This allows middleware to add bodies to requests without needing to manually set content length. That's nice. Although we've never done that before, but that certainly seems to be something that should have been there already. Change update. Okay, so changes now. Update minimum Rust version to 1.75. Ooh, I wonder what version of Rust we were on. I have no idea what version of Rust we were on when we wrote this, the course originally. That may be a thing. So these are mostly for like notes for when I do like a video on it. So minimum Rust version has been updated to 1.75. Upgraded Tokyo Tungstenite. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Change query form. Use certain path error to report fields that failed to parse. That's actually really nice. Added, but I don't think we're using that at all. Added. Okay, so new things. Add method not allowed fallback to set a fallback when a path matches, but there is no handler for the given HTTP method. Oh, right now I think it's some weird like 504 or something like that method. So that's actually really nice. Added add no content as a self-described shortcut for status code no content. Oh, well, okay, that's nice. Add support for WebSockets over HTTP2. That's, I mean, nice. We haven't done that before. Add a method filter connect. Okay, so different like routing connect service, method router connect service. All right, we'll have to, we may or may not run into that. Added extend failed to deserialize path params enum with, okay, so there's some new errors. This new variant captures both key value and message from name path parameters, parse errors instead of only deserializing error messages and error kind message. That might be really nice, but that could also break error handling. Okay, so not too terribly much. And then I also saw that 0.1 is already starting to come out. So that's going to be interesting to see when that releases. But okay, so hopefully this shouldn't be too big of a deal, but if it is, then well, we'll move through it. All right, so it is 11:43. I do need to take off. I need to go fix the sink in the kitchen, or at least go start working on that, or figure something out about it. Probably need to. Yeah, if I cook, I won't really truly be able to wash the dishes until I do something about that. So kind of important, isn't it? Felipe, hello. How are you doing today? Hey man, just here to thank you. Well, thank you for stopping by, and glad that things, that the content is helpful. Okay, so basically this week, I don't know what the stream times are. It's sort of random. Yeah, Brooke Circuit, the licensed plumber. Yeah, exactly. We'll just say unlicensed plumber. I'm an unlicensed plumber because that's more accurate, right? So hopefully I'll fix that all up, but that you don't all care about that, except if I can't eat it all, then I won't be able to stream at all. Basically all that is to say, I don't know when the next time I'm going to stream is. It kind of depends upon how much time I need to spend on fixing things in the house. So I will announce usually the night before if I know I'm going to be able to stream the next morning in Discord, just like I did last night. So keep an eye on there in the case that you want to get heads up. How is Mario doing? Mario is doing great, I'm sure. Mario would probably not be helpful because Mario would just jump on everything and break it all. He just travels through the pipes, doesn't he? Also, an unlicensed electrician, just wave a multimeter around. Yeah, I do have a multimeter. Does that count? Does that make me an electrician? I think I used it once. It's still in the box that it came in. I put it back in there. I'm like, okay, one day I'll use this. Luigi is the one you need to worry about. True. Very true. All right. So that all being said, I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. And I will see you all sometime in the future. Have a good one and bye.